For those living under a rock, Lee Carvalho's Putting Challenge is a game that first featured on The Simpsons in the classic episode Marge Be Not Proud from 1995. It sold poorly compared to the other fictional game in the episode, Bone Storm. Like most things from The Simpsons, the fiction is based in fact, and there is a terrible golfing game called Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf, on which Putting Challenge is based. Thankfully last year, Aaron Demeter made Putting Challenge for real, which I feel is somewhat to blame for just how well the rest of the year went. In my second video requested by Princess Karina, I give you my top 10 moments playing this awesome game. Number 10. Club Selection. After a friendly introduction, the master golfer poses a difficult question regarding the upcoming shot. Do you use a putter, or do you go for the 3-wood? Already the game has placed you in a scenario that has a 50% failure rate, irrespective of subsequent choices. The gentle green and rolling hills were a ploy to sucker you in. Now it's do or die with some tough decisions to be made. The pressure is on. Will you crumble or rise to the challenge that is Lee Carvalho's Putting Challenge? Number 9. Suggestion of par. If you don't crack under the strain of selecting a club, you are bombarded by yet another question with a further 50% chance of failure. Do you try and coax the ball in with a feather touch, or go all out and gamble that power drive will sink the shot? Irrespective of what you choose, the previous club selection may well have doomed you to failure. But such is the fiendish intricacy of the game that you, the player, are entirely unaware of that fact. Do you doom yourself with club selection or par selection? Only extensive playtesting or a detailed FAQ can determine what the right course of action is. Get it? Course of action? Number 8. Menu entry system. Rather than the 3-click system implemented by golfing games of the time, Carvalho's licensed effort eschews that by introducing another mini-game into the mix, the number entry system. The golfing maestro will call out a series of numbers, and the player is tasked with entering that code to perfection in order to conduct the swing and observe the results. Just when you thought you were safe after making it through the club and par selection, this third part of the game attempts to trip you up with your memorization and numerical skills put to the test. Number 7. Missing the hole with the wrong club. Calamity! All is for naught! You failed at the first hurdle and your subsequent efforts to redeem yourself were in vain. Carvalho has swung with the wrong club on your behalf, and the ball has gone nowhere near the hole. Your heart pounds as you see the white dot go astray, and your mind is assaulted with thoughts of recrimination. Will you ever be able to live down the shame? Number 6. Missing the hole with the right club. Disaster! You selected the correct club like a diligent gaming pro, but when it came to the big swing, you completely fouled it up. The ball meanders off the green and into the hills, never to be seen again. Carvalho's day is ruined, and you should feel appalled at your lack of judgment. Number 5. The parking lot. Both a final insult and an excellent interlude between the games. Should you somehow manage to choose the wrong club and the wrong par, the veteran will conduct your effort and give you a brief glimpse into the glorious physics, sound and graphics that the game can display. Multiple car textures, a bouncing ball that winds its way through them, and a superb sound design with each thud of the tarmac. Number 4. Putting doubt in your mind. Just when the pressure starts to become too great, the calming voice of Carvalho reassures you. Whether it's with club selection or par selection, the seasoned pro offers you his sound advice. You were paralysed by the choice, but he anticipated this and offers his wisdom in the nick of time. But are his actions entirely altruistic? Is the golf pro really giving you the best advice, or is he attempting to lead you astray? This subplot of the game is only resolved by playing further and choosing whether to let his hand guide you or tack against the wind of his suggestions in bold defiance. Number 3. Sinking the shot. Success! You selected both the right club and the right par, and after a careful amount of deliberation you realised which numbers to enter in order to enact this glorious shot. Carvalho works on your behalf, effortlessly swaggering into position and putting the ball, a feat of great skill that serves as a capstone for your previous deft battles with the control system. So why is this only ranked 3rd? Well, once you've nailed the shot, you've transformed from the apprentice into the master. The mechanics that once frightened you are now your weapon of choice, and all that's left to do is smile knowingly as you reenact your most glorious gaming triumph. Number 2. Fully voiced introduction. First impressions matter, and the calm but commanding introduction to Lee Carvallo's putting challenge reassures you that you're in the right place if you're ready for some golfing action. With the basics of which one of you is the player and which is Carvalho being laid out by a tremendous bit of voice acting, before guiding you into the fray. A superb introduction that makes you realise immediately that this is a true classic you're about to witness. Number 1. Asking whether you'd like to play again. Carvalho's most famous catchphrase, and one that echoes through the annals of history. It doesn't matter what has happened in the past, all your mistakes are forgiven, and you've entered a place free of judgment from both society and your peers. Carvalho accepts and embraces you for who you are, irrespective of how well or poorly your attempts at playing golf went.
Would you like to play again?
Of course we would, Mr. Carvalho. It has been an utter pleasure.